Hello everyone, I am Liz Holloway from Liz Holloway Design, and I am the group leader of the Paper Fanatics team. I live in the beautiful British Columbia in Canada, and if you need any supplies, let me know and I will be able to help you. So what I'm doing, for those who are watching live right now, this is a pre-recorded video because I am actually diving right now today on November the 21st at 7:30, and I wanted to keep up with my Facebook Live, so I wanted to show you what I have done. This is the new product that just came out in during the on stage, and I created this using all the products, and I'll show you how to create this card from start to finish. I'm using the butterfly Gala, and this is a beautiful set, as well as the coordinating punch. And what I will also do is also show you how to use it with your Stamparatus should you need to create multiple of this. The only thing that Stampin' Up doesn't have is the corner round punch right here, but you can use the circle dies if you don't have the corner round punch. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you from start to finish. So this is the butterfly Gala, and it comes with 18 stamp sets, and I just love it. And then you got the butterfly punch. We'll be using the flex ribbon, and this is a gorgeous ribbon right here. Love this particular ribbon. White embossing powder with the embossing buddy. You're going to need your aqua painters, the chalk marker possibly, and white craft pad. So I'm using this watercolor paper, and basically I am taking a black ink, and you can use the black archival ink, which is water color. So what I'm doing is I'm going to ink this up. I'm going to stamp on the corner right here. And I tend to let it sit there for a few seconds so that I can make sure that I've got enough ink absorbed right into the watercolor paper, and it gives me a nice crisp image. Once that's done, you can either punch it out or you're going to color it. So I'm using pineapple punch and the grapefruit grove. So just using the lighter color, the pineapple punch, and taking my watercolor and just adding a bit of water to the tip to make it watery. And so what I'm doing now is just taking my aqua painter brush right onto the color painter, right onto the watercolor paper, and just taking a bit of ink from the ink pad. Okay, and then same thing, I'm going to do the butterfly here. Okay, so once that's done, oh, and by the way, to get the ink on the lid, what you're going to do is turn it over, press it upside down, and then you're going to get ink right on the lid, or down at the bottom. Okay, so the next thing is I'm going to use the grapefruit grove, and I'm just pressing it down so that I get ink on the bottom part. And I'm going to clean up my brush. And so here, I'm going to take my grapefruit grove, and then where I want the darkening, I'm just taking it right to the edge and then pulling in the colors to blend in with the pineapple grove, the pineapple punch. Okay, so again, grapefruit grove, and then just applying a little bit of color right on the edge, and then pulling it to the center, combining the two. The more color, more intense color that you want, keep adding another layer. I'm gonna keep on adding more layer until I get the right consistency that I like my cards to be. So I just keep on dabbing, adding more colors, and then blending it in. Okay, and then with the small little butterfly, you can do the same thing or color it all in. And this time I'm gonna just leave the yellow tip of the butterfly, and you just do the inside Okay, and then adding more colors. Now the reason why the stamp comes like this is because when you have the punch, it's easier to punch it all out. Okay, I'm going to clean up my aqua painter. And then with the punch, sometimes this whale punch is very hard to punch down. And so my recommendation is just put it onto the table, however you want it. And then put this right in, right here. And I'm going to line this right up to coordinate with the punch. So that the image is just like this. And if it moves, realign it again. It just takes a little bit more time. And then what I do is tend to press down the punch, okay, and then take your whole weight and punch it down, and you got this piece. Okay, so then the next thing is that I'm going to fluff up the small little guy and adding a mini dimensionals. Love the mini. Okay, so this one's all used up, but don't worry, I'm going to use this all up. So I'm going to just grab a mini and place it right behind the small butterfly, removing the backing. Okay, and then this butterfly is just, the small little butterfly is just going to sit right on top of him. And then I'm going to take, where is it? I'm going to take my rhinestones. And I'm going to add that right in the middle. Okay, so for this particular card, it's going to be cut at 4 1/4 by 8 1/2, okay, and then scored at 5 1/2, and then I'm going to fold this. And this is where the corner punch comes in. Now, Stampin' Up! Does not carry the corner punch, so I use the We Are Memory Keepers, and if you don't have that, then you can either leave it square, 90 degrees, or take a die and put the die right in the corner. But I'm going to just use my punch. It's a lot easier. I'm going to make that bigger. You got the 1/2 inch and you got the 1/4 inch, and I tend to use the 1/4 inch. Okay, so then what you're going to do is take your chalk marker. And if you follow me from my last post, I use my chalk marker all the time. And so then what I'm going to do is use it to create faux stitches. And so you're going to just create dashed lines right across. And you don't have to make it that square or whatever or even. And it's a faux stitches, okay? So just create dashes along the edge. And don't make your lines too long because you want it to look like stitches. And I like using the white marker pen because it's white and it's really easy to use. It's like a white gel pen. So this is in our annual catalog, and all I'm doing is just creating little dashed lines so that it looks like I'm stitching the card. Okay, so there you go. And then the next thing is I'm going to take my flax ribbon, and this is just awesome, gorgeous. I'm going to take my fabric scissors, and I'm going to leave it a little bit longer than normal, okay? Then I'm going to take my, let's see, my tear and tape, add tape to the back. And this is where you want to burnish your tape because you want it to stick right onto the flax ribbon. And then once that's done, lift this up. And then what I'm doing is I'm making sure, like I'm pulling the ribbon really tight so that when I'm ready to lay it down, I just lay it down like this. And then turn it over and trim off the excess. Okay, and then with my a little note, I'm going to take my basic black cardstock somewhere. Give me a second here. Basic black. And dust it with my embossing buddy. And what the embossing buddy does is that when you don't want little micro powder onto your black, this is where you're going to use your embossing buddy. Okay, and then I'm going to take my Whisper White Craft ink, a little note. Just tap, tap, tap. And then I'm just going to stamp right on center. Well, rocking. Okay, it's just like that. And then taking your white embossing powder and dip it in. I don't normally use the coffee filter, especially with something like this small. If I have a lot of coverage that needs to be done on the cardstock, then I use the coffee filter. Okay, so then take your heat tool, and you want to take it so that it's heated really hot, okay? And once that you got that, you're going to heat this up, and you're heating it up until you got the white raised. Okay, and so there you go, nice and bright. Okay, and then let's say that if you have certain areas that are not white, take your chalk marker and mark it. Okay, and then I'm going to cut this down, so I'll be right back. I trimmed it down, and then you can either leave it the same length, or you're going to take your paper snips and trim it down to whatever size you want. And here I used my dimensionals, and this time I'm going to use the ends of it because these are just remnants pieces, so just going to place that right at the back. Put it right onto the flax ribbon. Okay, and then taking my butterfly, I'm going to fluff him up, and you can either fluff him up or just leave him down, and then just using the multi-purpose glue, add it to the back, and then I place mine right in the middle of my note. Okay, and there you go. Okay, so this is just the manual way. Now when it comes to doing it with your Stamparatus, I'm going to punch a bunch of these butterfly. And this is on watercolor paper. Okay. So if you're making a bunch of these, so here is my awesome, what do you call it, Stamparatus? Okay. I actually bought 2 of these. And I love my Stamparatus, and I want to show you the bag. Now what I did was, because everyone's going to have the same bag, I actually engraved my last name onto the strap, and so I know that this is going to be my bag, and it's going to be my bag forever, so I'm probably going to add label mine as Holloway on this bag as well, on the actual bag. And then that way I'm not going to get it all mixed up with other people's Stamparatus bag. So how this works is that you're going to open this up. There's the zippers, and the zipper opens up, and then you can put your Stamparatus here, your plates here, and these are extra grids, and you can put more stuff inside here. And then when you're ready to pack it all up, packet them out, zip it right back in, and there you go, you can have a tote. Okay, this is available on December the 5th, and then when you buy your bag, I will engrave your name on it, on the fabric, plus on the strap. I haven't done the fabric yet because I need to get my tutorials out by Wednesday and upload it. But in the meantime, I want to show you that the Stamparatus, okay, I got my Stamparatus here, and what I'm going to do is, having my phone, place my and take my grid. And this is a brand new accessory grid. Okay, and then what you can do is take your grid paper, and if you have let's say that you want to keep this on the go all the time, you can take your, you're stamping up grid paper, just like this. Okay, you can do it either way. Okay, and what I recommend doing is creating a negative piece, taking a pen. So this is your negative piece, and then what you're going to do is you're going to mark your paper just like this so that you know where it's going to be sitting. Okay, and then once you got that done, I'm going to remove this. Oh, I'm going to remove my butterfly off the block, and just going to place it right here. Okay, just like this, making sure that it's all lined up, and then right onto the negative piece. And then once that's lined up, I'm going to close my lid. Okay, and then I'm going to put back my foam plus my negative piece and the magnet. Okay, and so what's going to happen is that once you have it all set up, you're going to take your black ink, like so. Okay, so what you're going to do is then ink. You want to put something underneath your plate. So I'm going to just put the ribbon. You're going to ink it up. Add your butterflies. Your positive piece. Okay, so you're going to add your butterfly right into the negative. Re-ink it just in case. And stamp down. You should have a beautiful image. Okay, and if it doesn't work, okay, and you don't have a beautiful image, again, take your black ink and stamp it again. Okay, so here's one. Just using my tool pick, okay, putting in my butterfly again. And if you don't want to do it this way, I'm going to show you another way. Okay, so I'm going to, if your butterfly is not lined up, I'm going to show you. Okay, so I'm going to stamp again. And this time there's not enough ink, so I'm going to re-ink and go back. And the greatest part about the stamp apparatus is because when you're stamping, there's going to be like perfect images all the time. Okay, so let's say that you are going to take this out. You're not going to use this paper, but you're going to, or you don't have like a grid paper anymore. So what you're going to do is take a piece of scrap. You're going to take a piece of scrap, okay? And what you're going to do now is make sure that you line this up. Okay, so I'm going to line this up and then ink my stamp. Okay, just like so. Okay, and then to make sure everything lines up, then you're going to take your negative piece and then just add it this way. Then you don't have to worry about lining up the butterfly. Okay, so add your magnet here, and then go ahead, add your punched butterflies. And there is no right or wrong way. The butterfly is well balanced. It's equal on both sides. And then stamp down, hold. Okay, and then if it's not dark enough, oops, lost my butterfly here. If it's not dark enough, go ahead and re-ink, stamp right back down. Okay. And then you're going to have the same process over and over again until you figure out how many cards that you want Okay, and have fun with this piece. So anyways, that is it for my Facebook Live. I hope you enjoyed it. If you need any products, this is not available until January the 5th. Demonstrators can buy it now, but in the meantime, have fun, have a great week, and I shall be back next week live with you at 7:30. Okay, bye for now. If you have any questions, I can be reached at liz.holloway@gmail.com or visit my blog www.lizhollowaydesign.ca and the following Facebook pages, Liz Holloway Design or the Paper Fanatics.